What is pop YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Dopeaxxpana, and today I'm going to be doing some super full boho braids, and I'm really excited because today I'm using a texture or curl pattern that I haven't used before, and this hair was sent to me today by EayonHair. I absolutely love their hair store, and we're going to be doing a very quick unbagging. They sent me 3 bundles of their 100% human hair in the texture Spanish curly, and I got these in 20 inches. They also sent me like a little starter pack that had clips, a comb, an edge brush. I love when they do that, and this is how bomb and amazing that hair looks. You guys can see that it's double drawn, which means that it's thick all the way from the top down to the ends, and I'm super excited to see this curl pattern. It is a little bit tighter than what I would typically use, and so I was just excited to see how that turned out. So I'm going to be doing these braids in a medium size. And at the nape of the neck, I focus on putting a light amount of boho in these first 2 rows just because it tends to get really tangled along our neck. So I'm going to start off these first couple rows by adding about 5 to 6 pieces in each braid going down, and I'm just going to add those pieces every about an inch or half an inch until I reach the bottom of the braid. And I'm also going to be adding the curly ends into the ends of the braid. I used to hate doing that, y'all, but lately I just have been obsessed with the way that it looks and the way it naturally flows, so I have been doing it for pretty much every single client. It is very normal to have flyaways when you're doing boho braids just from the hair, the human hair being braided in, so I just prefer to cut that as I go. I used to wait until the end, but then you literally got to go through every braid, so lately I've just been cutting those straight pieces as we go. I already knew from this first row that these braids were going to be fire. I love the way that this curl pattern turned out looking. You guys can see it's nice little ringlet curls and they look so natural. When I get to that row above the ear is when I start adding in those pieces at the root as well. And so I'm going to add 1 piece to the right side, 1 piece to the left, and then I begin to braid down. And this is going to create fullness at the base of your braids. And this is how people get their Bora Bora braids, where it gives the appearance that there's no braids and mainly human hair, is by really packing it at the top. If you don't do this, your boho braids will be really flat at the top, and so for my full braids, I've been doing this just to add that volume at the base of my client's head. Now, they have sent me 3 bundles, and I am using the full entire 3 bundles, guys. I absolutely love this company because their hair is super full. 1 bundle gets you so far. I'm still working on the first bundle in this clip here, and so you guys can see how nice and full these are. And these braids are pretty long. She wanted them to her butt, and so yeah, like, the fullness of the bundles that they send you are always like amazing, and that's why I prefer this over any type of pack or beauty supply hair. So here I'm going to show you guys that I'm also braiding that human hair into the ends, and I'm going to show you guys how I seal it with a little bit of hair glue. You guys can see I added my first piece, and then I'm going to add my second piece in, and I'm going to continue to braid down, and then I'm going to seal these braids by tying it with a little knot and using nail glue to seal it. Now, a lot of people in previous videos have asked why I use nail glue over hair glue. Number 1, it takes a smaller amount, and nail glue dries really quickly. Hair glue does take a little bit longer to dry, and you would really have to hold your braid in place because it's human hair. If you let go of this knot, it's going to slip, and so it's kind of annoying when you're using hair glue just because it takes an unnecessary amount of time. So you guys can see I put the nail glue on there, and I can instantly just let this braid go. Now, my client Soleil has a really small head, but I did want to make sure that I used every single piece of hair that they sent me. So I put the entire 3 bundles in my client's head. And when I get to the top, I'm pretty much putting anywhere from 10 to 15 pieces in each braid as I braid down. And that is how I am getting this bomb fullness. A lot of people have been asking me how much hair it takes to do a full head of boho braids. If you guys are looking for just a super full look, I would definitely say 3 bundles. If you're going for Bora Bora, I would say 4. These bundles are super thick. Just for comparison, I would say 1 bundle is about a pack and a half of beauty supply hair. So yeah, I love EayonHair. I've worked with them a bunch of times before. This is actually a lot of my clients' favorite company just based off the textures that they offer and the quality of the hair. So I work with their hair all the time. As always, I'm going to make sure that their hair store is linked so that you guys can check out the different textures and lengths that they offer. Remember, the more you purchase, the more money you save. So make sure you guys go ahead and purchase your bundle deals. And yeah, I can definitely vouch for this company. This honestly is probably one of my favorite hair textures that I've used. I love the fullness that it creates and just the way that it turned out. And then Soleil is just a beautiful model, so I think that these just turned out super fire to me. And one of the best things about them is that you can dip them, guys. I've been becoming super big on boho hair that I can dip, because I literally hate picking out the braids, and I also don't want my clients' braids to be super stiff. So when I can dip a boho hair and it doesn't affect the curl pattern or anything like that, I absolutely love it. This style took me around 6 hours to do. I'm actually getting really fast at boho braids. As long as I can prep the hair before, I usually can move through them pretty quickly. Typically, I feel like this would take any stylist anywhere from 8 to 10 hours. And if you guys want a video on how you guys can speed up your boho braid process, I can definitely do that video for you. Just let me know in the comment section down below. But just so that you guys can gauge, for my medium size, I do 2 rows at the nape of the neck, and then above the ear, I do 5 rows on each side for a total of 10 rows across the top. So yes, I'm super excited because y'all, when I got to that last braid, I was so happy. So this is what that texture looks like before it's dipped. You guys can see how nice and full it is. And like I said, I added that curly hair into the ends, and I honestly just took my kettle and I dipped all the hair, and it is going to relax that curl just a little bit, but it's not going to take the curl away. And I absolutely love that. I'm going to go ahead and dip both sides, and then I'll let you guys see the finished look. This hair, like I said, was in 20 inches. I love working with 20-inch hair, especially over 18-inch. Keep in mind that the longer length of the hair, the less pieces you have to add, because it gives like a fuller appearance. So I love working with the 20-inch hair over 18-inch, especially because also when people like to put their hair up and they love to leave those little curls hanging down, you don't want them to stop super short, especially if your client has longer braids. So you guys can see how much movement these braids have, and I love to run my fingers through at the end and see if I get any shedding. And with this hair, I got pretty much no shedding, y'all, and this is the finished look. Get into it. Soleil looks so beautiful, and this curl pattern was literally spot on. I absolutely love the way that these turned out. They're nice and full, and I didn't really call these Bora Bora braids, but y'all, technically these are definitely giving Bora Bora. My next thing I'm going to be doing, y'all, is 100% human hair braids, and I can't wait for you guys to see that. But make sure you guys go ahead and check out this hair store. Like I said, everything is linked in the description section for you guys, and let me know what you guys feel about these braids and this curl pattern in the comment section down below. As always, thank you guys so much for watching my videos and for tuning in, and I will catch you guys in my next video.